Hello everybody, it's your friendly neighborhood Jumble Fluff here with another video. Today I am going to be doing some drawings that combine cute kitty cats and classic literature type book covers. So I picked 3 different books that I could kind of turn the title into a cat pun, and then went off that and drew some version of the cover of the book. I kind of took some inspiration from existing covers. So yeah, let's get started. You can see here on the screen I'm already working on the first picture. If you cannot tell, this is the Great Gatsby. This first iteration I did, I was trying to copy the movie poster from The Great Gatsby with Leonardo DiCaprio from a few years ago. And this next one that I'm sketching out here is the second concept. This is the picture of Dorian Gray Tabby. So it's like a gray tabby cat, but also Dorian Gray. It's kind of a silly one. These little sketches are really rough. I just kind of like wanted an idea of like the composition, kind of just like a little thumbnail to go off of when I get started in a little bit. So yeah, I just drew a nice picture of a kitty and a nice picture of a kitty inside of a picture. I had a lot of fun playing with this concept and picking out fonts for everything. I picked out fonts from Google Fonts that you can use for free, but then I traced over them with my own handwriting to make them a little more homemade looking, I think. Almost like the cats made them themselves or something. I don't know. So this third and final concept is based on Frankenstein. So, you know, what if Dr. Frankenstein was a kitty cat and he wanted a kitty cat monster instead of a humanoid one? Ooh, spooky, huh? So, yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. I think this one probably turned out my favorite of the 3. Let's see. I have read The Great Gatsby before. I think I read Frankenstein in high school, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. I know it's not a super long book, but I don't know. I did not read The Picture of Dorian Gray, so I don't really know what happens in all these books because, you know, I'm not the best at remembering. And also, it's been a long time since I read them. And I don't think I read The Picture of Dorian Gray at all. So, but anyway, I thought that they were ones that had good titles that could fit cat or kitty or, you know, some variation of a cat pun in there. So I think that they were good choices. But I also had a few more choices and some that I actually sketched out and drew already too. So I might do a part 2 of kitty cat book covers. If I'm feeling so inclined or if y'all like it or something, we'll see. So when I got started on this Great Gatsby, I actually redrew the cat a little bit because I didn't love him being like too humanistic. I'm going to say anthropomorphic. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Just because I kind of thought it was a little creepy. So I went back in, I just made him more like a regular cat. But I gave him like this nice cute smug face. So I was really happy with how this sketch turned out. I think that he looks really like, oh yeah, I'm the best cat in the world. Which is a little bit like how Jay Gatsby feels, I think, you know. So at the end, I did add on a martini glass to balance on top of his head. Because I thought maybe it needed a little more pizzazz and maybe something a little more silly because I thought maybe it was a little too serious of a concept. So I added a martini glass, which I actually have a pair of pajama pants that has martini glasses on it and it says meow teeny. So maybe this is a meow teeny as well. So for this cat, I went with a black and white tuxedo cat, which I thought was fitting because The Great Gatsby is all about like the jazz age and kind of this glamorous life in New York. So yeah, he's a tuxedo cat and he's got a little bow tie, which is cute. I spent a lot of time when I was trying to draw this out working on a background for it, which I ended up really hating, so I started over. Sometimes I get caught up in details that I don't really think matter that much, so I'm trying not to do that. Or like I'll get started rendering something that I really didn't intend to render. I just kind of want to keep it sketchy and simple, but then I'll get like started and get carried away, and then I'll look and it's been like 3 hours and I'll be like, uh-oh, that's a long time. So yeah, I'm trying to get better at like paying attention to what I'm doing and being more mindful while I'm drawing, because it's really easy to get like carried away and just go with the flow. But I like doing it that way, but I also like not taking forever on silly things. So we're just about to wrap up this first concept. I went in and added the background later, and that martini glass, or meow-tini glass, on top of his head. So I don't think I have footage of that because I think I forgot to record it. But the next idea was Frank and Kitty, which turned out, I think, to be my favorite because it's kind of wacky looking. And a lot of fun playing with the font on there for Frank and Kitty. I thought about putting Frank and Cat, but I thought Frank and Kitty was cuter. So I drew some like lightning bolts and stuff because that's kind of what, well, like I said, I don't remember for sure if I read Frankenstein or if I'm just like combining it with like Frankenstein movies in my head, Sometimes it's hard to remember. But anyway, so like there's a lot of like motifs of like lightning bolts bringing the monster to life. Again, not sure if that's from the book or the movie, and specifically the Young Frankenstein, because that's a really good movie. It's really silly. So yeah, I started drawing like these lightning bolts and dividing the page with the Frank and Kitty title. And I had a lot of fun playing with the author names too. So you can see that Frank and Kitty is written by Meowie Shelley. Ho ho ho. So yeah, I like drawing this little cat too. This cat has like crazy eyes, and it's kind of like a white cat stitched together with an orange cat. So he's got staples running down his face. And then for its whiskers, I went with kind of a lightning bolt style for that as well, because I thought it was funny and it kind of tied in with the lightning bolts from above. So yeah, I really enjoyed this cat's silly little face and the silly combination of things. I also added bolts on its neck, which, again, I'm not sure if that's like from Frankenstein books or if that's like a Universal Movies Frankenstein thing. I'm not sure. But anyway, I thought that it turned out real cute. I like that the ear looks like it kind of got chopped off or bit off or something too. So yeah, overall, I just had a lot of fun with this one. I like keeping it more simple and cartoony and drawing like really sketchy lines and just having a really like fun, simple illustration for it. And I like having kind of the wonky lines as well, so it kind of looks like the cat's seen some things, This cover in particular was one that I really took almost like straight from like Google Images search, like a Frankenstein book cover I found. There's been a lot of iterations of Frankenstein book covers over the years because it's an old book and it's been reprinted like a bazillion times. But I found one that I liked, so I pretty much just copied what it looked like and then replaced it with a cat. So it had like lightning bolts and like the diagonal name on it and like a spooky looking Frankenstein monster at the bottom. So yeah, I just copied it. Sometimes that's the way to go. I'm not a graphic designer or book cover designer, so you gotta leave some things to the experts and just do your own version of it. I like doing the mismatched eyes as well because it felt like one eye came from one cat and one eye came from another cat or something. I also like drawing this like really dramatic like frowny mouth, so it looks really traumatized. Poor kitty. I really like cats. I have a lot of dogs now, but growing up, I've always had cats, so I've always been a big fan of kitty cats. My sister has a cat, and she does not like me, but usually cats at least tolerate me. I feel like I always like them more than they like me, but whatever. That's just how cats are, I think. They're not the most affectionate. So then we moved on to our third and final illustration for today. This is based on the picture of Dorian Gray, which is by Oscar Wilde, but you can see here it's by Oscar Whiskers today. This is another one I got carried away drawing this frame. I don't know why. It was perfectly fine, all sketchy and weird looking, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to make it look 3D, and I don't know why I did that, because it's really not my style. I just think sometimes I'm worried about making things look fancier than I want. I don't know. It's easy to get distracted and start doing stuff that doesn't make sense, so I don't know. Overall, I do like this one, but it's probably my least favorite of the three. I like the thumbnail version where the cat's looking really silly. So I kind of made the cat still look a little silly, but a little less silly. This cat is a gray tabby, which is a kind of cat that I do like a lot because growing up I had a gray tabby. His name was Patrick, and he was super cute and nice, and he liked me. So I just kind of drew the regular cat here. If you've never heard of the picture of Dorian Gray or know the plot or anything, basically a handsome young man wishes for immortality and staying handsome looking forever, but he kind of gets the weird thing where he's fine, but then this portrait of him ages instead of him. So the portrait starts turning ugly. So that's what I took inspiration from for this poster or book cover. Again, this is something that I saw a lot when I looked up pictures of the cover of the picture of Dorian Gray. Is a man standing next to a picture of him, but the picture of him was ugly. So that's what I did. Except for, my kitty cat picture is not ugly. It's just kind of tired looking. But it's hard to draw a kitty cat ugly because kitty cats are just real cute. So it is what it is. So yeah, this is fun to draw. I gave him this really ruffly collar, which I think turned out really cute and voluminous. I've heard that tabbies have this little M on their head, so I try to kind of do that on its forehead. Give it some kind of light tiger stripes on its body. And then whenever I put the cat into the portrait, I just straight up copied and pasted it. I turned it the opposite way, flipped it, but otherwise it's the same cat. And then I just kind of added on the details to make it look more haggard. So yeah, I had a lot of fun rendering out this ruffly collar that I'm starting here and adding a nice big jewel. In the book, spoiler alert, if you haven't read the book and you want to read the book, I haven't read the book, but I read the Wikipedia page. At the end of the book, Mr. Dorian Gray dies because he gets really mad at himself because he's like, I'm terrible, and he stabs the portrait of himself and he withers and dies. And the only reason they can recognize him is because of the rings he's wearing, because they're the same rings that he had on when he was handsome young Dorian Gray. So they're like, whoa, this is the same guy. So anyway, that's what I kind of thought this collar would be for the cat Dorian Gray tabby. So it's this is how you can tell this is still the same cat. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of these books or if you're thinking about reading them. If you think they would make good cat books. I don't even know what that means. What if we just replaced all the protagonists with cats? How would they be different? Yeah, I don't know. That sounds really silly. They'd be like picture books then because cats are cute and you want to see them. So yeah, I think I might be running out of things to say because yeah, that was a little weird. Anyway, I had a lot of fun rendering out this like little jewel too. And then I copied and pasted it like I said and flipped it, and I just started going in with details to make it look old and sleepy. So like big droopy eyelids, and I made the like little muzzle more droopy, like a little droopy dog, like the cartoon Droopy Dog. I don't know, is that his name in the cartoon? I'm not sure. And then like this little scar, and like make his collar a little bit yellowed and like ripped up, like it's seen some things. You know, it's been weathered now, and I tried to kind of make the jewel look a little more like cracked and less polished looking too. So yeah, overall that is pretty much all I did for this one. I just finished up the cats and added some text on all of them. So then we will go on to see the final illustrations, and I hope that you enjoyed them. I hope that you had fun watching my video today. If you liked it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want. Do all the things or none of the things, whatever. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you think a part 2 is a good idea or not. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.